The fact that Rishi Sunak has not gone quite as far in vindictiveness and viciousness as Robert Jenrick would like him to do is hardly a reason to resign. It could be, as has been suggested in some areas, that Jenrick simply resigned because he thought he should have been he should have been Home Secretary, and he thinks that James Cleverly is not up to the job, which may well be the point. This is about ambition. You've got to remember, Jenrick, Sunak, and Oliver Dowden were seen as a little group together. They were instrumental in supporting Boris Johnson's leadership campaign, and so only one of them, really, only Sunak, has risen to the dizzying heights. Oliver Dowden is the foil, is the thing that Sunak hands to people like Kyriakos Mitsotakis when he doesn't want to do the job himself. Will there be more resignations tonight? Rishi Sunak addressed the 1922 committee this evening to tell Conservative MPs that they must unite or die, and that if they don't accept his Rwanda Plan B, they will lose to Labour. I think that loss will be so catastrophic at the moment that it will destroy the Conservative Party entirely. And Jenrick, instead, has said that I cannot continue in my position when I have such strong disagreements with the direction of the government's policy on immigration. So what exactly is it that Jenrick wanted that he didn't get? Because the plan which was put forward by James Cleverly looks as if it has the fingerprints of Jenrick all over it. In fact, I assumed it had been written by Jenrick. What he wanted was for Britain to threaten to leave the ECHR, or indeed to leave the ECHR. And so it wasn't simply that he wanted the rules to be disapplied, he wanted the rules to be no longer effective. And at the same time, Rishi Sunak has said that that is going too far for Rwanda, and that Rwanda was uneasy at the idea that it was going to be pushed into a position where it's the mad dog of in the kennel of British policy. No, that's Jenrick. And that certainly seems to be what's happened now. Rwanda wants to be seen as part of the international fold. It wants to be brought into that international group. And this is its opportunity to do the dirty work for Britain, or at least to take in 100 elements of that dirty work. And if it's involved in compromising international law, if it's involved in that level of obvious dirtiness, it's okay to shoot refugees, it's okay to assassinate political rivals, but to be openly partnering with a country which wishes to openly defy international law, that may not be something that Rwanda is happy with. And so the noise is now being made not only by Rishi Sunak, who said this is why he compromised, but now by Rwanda saying even the compromise may not be enough to keep them on board, because this compromises the agreement at the moment compromises their international standing and their attempts to become more significant. I would love to see Rwanda playing a greater part on the world stage. I would love to see that, but this is not the part it should be playing, and it is tremendous that it's realizing that. This whole problem could go away overnight if Rwanda pull out of the deal. That is a solution to the problem that I had not anticipated. It's a very good solution. And it gets everybody off the hook, frankly. It even gets Rishi Sunak off the hook, because Rishi Sunak can say, well, they don't want it. Not my fault, mates. And we've done our best. Who else can do? Because nobody else has got another plan. There are other plans, of course. There are other plans. For example, people could be sent to Albania. That would be ironic, wouldn't it, given Suella Braverman's rhetoric about Albania? I suppose that's why Albania was never really on the table. Not from Suella Braverman, anyway, because she'd been so abusive. Stupid person. But stupidity is the hallmark of this administration, it seems. So rather than keeping people happy, this administration simply gets their backs up. And that is a mark of intense stupidity on the international stage. It's a mark of diplomatic immaturity. And yes, I know that Rishi Sunak hasn't got a lot of experience in politics, but the others do. And they're the ones who are really making a mess of things. Really. And they are destroying our reputation, Britain's reputation. And you could turn around and say, oh, Britain's reputation was destroyed by Anthony Eden. Yeah, well, maybe. Maybe. But I think Mrs. Thatcher did a great deal to revive Britain's reputation in the world. Tony Blair did a great deal. And to give him credit, David Cameron did very well. The reputation of Britain has been soiled and damaged by Brexit, by Boris, by Theresa May, by Liz Truss, and now by Rishi Sunak's inability to control his forces. By basically Braverman and Priti Patel and the cohorts of the ERG. It's as if there's a sort of desire to burn the whole thing down, so Jacob Rees-Mogg can sit back in the TV studios and fiddle. It's a sort of Nero complex.